Bitch, you literally guessed it. Okay, hi. Taking some outdoorsy risks. Just getting cozy with the skeeters. There's dogs, there's birds. Let's just enjoy it because, honey, it's springtime, but you guessed it. Okay, Triple C. Heyo. Please, shout out to the Mountain Valley Spring Water Company. Down the hatch with the whistle. Okay, Triple C, we've talked about it before. What is it? It's kind of like it's the golden rules of the golden age, yes? My little neighbor doggy just came to say hi. He's so stinking cute. Okay, what are we even talking about? Like, what am I even talking about? Like, who even am I? Okay, we talked about this in the Biz Nasty series. That's a 5-part series, potentially gonna be like a 10-part series, but it's a 5-part series for now. Go check it out if you have a biz or want to start a biz or like fizzling in your current biz. Okay, it's a real good one. But the triple C's, what is that? No comparing, no competing, and no complaining. And that last one's a real doozy for yours truly, bitch, you guess it. P.S. This is Shanti Teg. Disclaimer, I cuss like a sailor, so if that's not a match for you, sayonara. Everyone else, you know I love the bitch squad. Heyo, you are not required to like what I'm saying or agree with what I'm saying, but hey, here we are, let's party. Okay, P.S. The triple C. You know, this really ties in with so much that's happening on the planet, especially now that like kind of media and social media is as it is currently. And you know what I mean by that is like shit is fucking polished. I edit these videos. I might not slap a filter on it, but maybe I might. But things are polished, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think of, the like editing and presentations and creativity. It's kind of like an art project. And I think it's important for even people that like shoot lifestyle stuff, know that if you're the consumer of what that person is creating, that's a polished version, even in what might seem like the rawest moments of that person's life. Not saying that that person isn't being honest, not saying that I'm not being honest, but I think it's important for us to really keep in mind, especially in this day and age where there's so much information coming at us, there's so much consumption available to us that, it's not real-time action, right? So the comparison is such a fucking tricky one for so many of us because we really have been kind of force-fed through media to compare ourselves to others, for better or for worse. I mean, it's always kind of for worse, really, because we don't want to be comparing. But what I mean by that is like, what do I even mean by that? Look at what's your neighbor doing, keeping up with the Joneses, it could be financially, it could be spiritually, it could be in business, it could be like how many followers you have. Guess what? I don't have a lot, but the ones that I do, it's fucking, they're quality coming at you. Love you so much. And that's what's important. So if you catch yourself going down the rabbit hole of social media, comparing this, that, and the other to you, someone's success, someone's amount of followers, someone's weight, someone's hair, someone's vibe. It's like, on one hand, it's easy to be like, stop it, just don't. But it's like, well, how do I not? And we're going to get into that, okay? So no comparing, that's like that's number one of the big triple C, okay? That's number one doozy right there. Number two, nope. No can two. I don't even know what I was saying. Can you help me? Okay. Number two is no competing. Now, this is, they all really tie in with one another. But, we hear healthy competition. And I have a little bit of a bone to pick with that. Now, there's a yogic teaching, and there's also this, you find this teaching in athletes, you know, across the board, right? It's like beating your personal best, surpassing your personal best, being the best version of you. That's where I think any type of healthy competition comes into play. But really, we don't even need that word in our vocabulary, compete. Even though I just went to a karate competition, it was fucking amazing. But I actually noticed that when I say the word tournament, as opposed to when I say the word competition, and see if you can feel that. There's a higher vibrational frequency within the sound code of tournament than there is competition, just in the structure of the actual sound code of the word. Yes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's totally fucking okay. Thank you for being here. Anyways, just fuck around with words. That's what we're doing. We're fucking around with words. We're fucking around with sound code. And for me, competition, even though I have used the word very, very recently, it still feels a little bit more low vibe in comparison to the word. And there I am comparing. Now I'm comparing, right? I'm telling you, I learn every second of the motherfucking day. Okay. It still sounds and feels, tournament feels better. It just sounds better. It feels better when I say it. All right. So, the competition is like, number one, what am I wanting to achieve? And why am I wanting to achieve it? And this is like real talk for realsies, right? Are you wanting to achieve in order to get credit? Are you wanting to achieve in order to show off? Are you wanting to achieve in order to get attention? Or are you wanting to achieve in order to make a fucking impact on the planet and fulfill your mission on planet Earth, right? There's a big difference there, all right? So no competing. It's part of this kind of like, this golden rule, the golden rule of the golden age. Hi, honey. Little puppers coming to visit. And then the next, this is a real big fucking doozy for me. No complaining. I swear to fuck balls, I catch myself with all three of these often, especially complaining. I think it's because I'm like 5,000% Italian. It just like runs in my veins. I don't know. But the complaining, dude, do a little self-assessment, a little self-psychology. Like, where are you at with these 3 C's? Because I know the heavy hitter for me is complaining. Let's cheers to that. Yeah, dude, complaining. So what that tells me is that my point of focus is low-lying frequency vibes. And I have some work to do. Okay, I got some real work to do. But now, what does this mean? All right, so we have the no comparing, no competing, no complaining. Well, that's nice, but like how? How do I not do these things? Well, how you not do them is by replacing them with something else, right? Okay, so there's that piece. But before we can identify and like genuinely bring on a new pattern, we have to go into like the emotional stuff, right? The systematic emotional expression techniques and the kundalini yoga. That's my 2 prescriptive modalities, okay? My 2 prescriptive technologies that I lean into the most for myself and as a practitioner. All right, so when you are focused in those ways, whether you're competing, comparing, or complaining, that means that there is a low-lying frequency, which looks typically like backlogged emotion, the stored, hoarded emotion that is like lurking in the depths. It can lie physically in the hips, in the yoni, in the bits and pieces, whatever is going on in the bits, right? We hang on to it in kind of like these lower realms. We shove that motherfucker down. You can also think of it as like, what's the anchor? The anchor is, the anchor of a ship is that's low, low, low. What's the lowest point, right? What's at the very, very fucking bottom? What's the roots? Okay, we need to clean and clear what's at the roots through purging, through expression, not just identifying and then talking about it, but actually expressing the emotional content of the fucking roots. Therefore, we clean up the root, we clean up what's on the blade of grass, which looks like the behavior associated with the 3 C's. And then once we've cleaned up the behavior that's associated with the 3 C's, then we can eradicate those behaviors by replacing them with new, beneficial, updated behaviors, updated contracts, which looks like I'm gonna fucking straighten my own crown, and I'm gonna straighten the crown of fucking homie X, Y, and Z, right? Or whatever. I'm going to be focused in a way where I'm achieving, because it's my mission on this planet to make a fucking impact and do good for myself, do good, set a good example for others. And I'm going to show up and I'm going to do my best every single fucking day. And my personal best might look different than my personal best yesterday. It might look different than my personal best tomorrow. But each fucking time I show up, I'm going to show up as my motherfucking best. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, bitch squad, I love you all so fucking much.